Hey everybody, this is Jewelyn. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my home here in Santa Monica. It is a Tuesday afternoon. I went to work. We just got back from Las Vegas this morning. I'm so glad to have my grandma and Evie back in my space. And also give this video a big thumbs up because I am debuting my beautiful apron. So this was one of the Planting with Jewelyn merchandise, and I have the bow and ruffles on it. And my grandma is wearing my original Planting with Jewelyn apron. She's going to be doing all the planting today, but before we go ahead and plant up all of the new babies, I'm going to talk about the plants that I got from Arizona from the grocery store. It's finally in my home. I picked up two, and we're going to talk about them one at a time. So this is the first one that I got. As you can see, it is so adorable. It is a Sansevieria. This is a bird's nest, and it's variegated. I'm pretty sure I probably have this one, but not as cute and compact as this one that I seen at the grocery store. I think this was priced for $4, and originally when I went to the grocery store the night before we filmed, I picked this one up and I wanted it. It was so cute. If you take a look from the top point of view, you can see all of its different variegation. I just love the dimension. I'll probably go ahead and see what the root ball looks under here in today's video to see maybe if we can go ahead and take off a baby or two, or maybe I'll just leave it in here for now. I'll decide as we plant along. So this is the last baby that I want to talk about for the Arizona grocery store haul. This is the green Congo philodendron. I want to say he's a green Congo. He could be a red. What do you think, Grandma? Because my original one is a red Congo.
Yeah, it looks like red too.
Okay, so maybe he's another red. I want to say he probably looks like it because he looks like a mini version of mine's. And this was priced for $10 and tax. So I couldn't pass up this guy. He was so beautiful and I just wanted him. And you just never know what you can find in your grocery stores. If you watch my Come With Me in Arizona at that grocery store, there was so many beautiful babies in there. So these are the two that we picked up at that particular location. We're going to go ahead and switch point of views and we're going to do some planting. My grandma will be doing all of the planting in today's video and I'm just going to be her little assistant. Definitely give this video a thumbs up if you guys are loving seeing my grandma back in my space. Alright, so I'm just going to be chilling out here on this side. We have probably like maybe 45 minutes of light left in my patio, so we're going to plant away all of the new babies. So this is the first baby we're going to do. This is the philodendron that we just talked about, and I have just a white planter here that's been on my potting bench. It was used for another plant, but I want to go ahead and use it for this guy. This has a drainage tray on the bottom, and my grandma is going to do the switch. So Grandma, you can pull it out from the bottom and just squeeze the planter. And then you can maybe loosen up the root ball a little bit. And my patio, guys, it's been raining for the last, I want to say 2 weeks. I think it rained once last week, and then the week before it rained once, and it rained heavy. So everything in my patio is soaked and wet. So I'm going to hold this up. Grandma, you can go ahead and backfill. I'm really excited to have my grandma back. We are going out to dinner tomorrow night, and I'm really excited to take my grandma out. It's been, how long, Grandma, since you last been here in Santa Monica?
May, June, July, August, September.
Because you came, well, you came before Arizona. You were here for a little bit.
Yeah.
I think my grandma was here just for a couple of days before she spent 2 months in Arizona.
Yeah.
So how was it to stay in Arizona for 2 months and sew all of the products for the channel, the merchandise?
It was quiet, very quiet, and well, you know, I could finish up all of my projects, so with no problem.
And Evie kept you company.
Yes.
They were besties in Arizona, and it was nice to go out there twice a month to go and visit them and check in, and we did so much thrifting. So if you guys are interested, you can check my vlog channel at Miss Jewelyn and you can see where we thrifted. We hit up so many thrift shops in Arizona.
Oh, it was fun.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Okay,
Alright. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, because he was just going like
this.
this.
So the red Congo can be a little loosey-goosey on the top. You gotta get it really down low.
Yeah.
So there you go. I think this is perfect, Grandma. Look at this.
Yeah, very nice.
So cute. So I'm gonna place this down and we're gonna work on our next baby. Alright, so this is my Royal Hawaiian Purple Hoya. I absolutely love Hoyas. This is from the $25 challenge in Arizona, and I have just a terracotta planter that's been sitting on my potting bench, and we're gonna go ahead and just plop it right in. And then if you want, Grandma, you can add a little soil on the edge to just get it nice and compact in. And my grandma's using the finger technique, which I love doing, getting it nice and grounded in the planter so it sits upright. And I love Hoyas. You guys watch my channel, you guys see so many Hoyas, love them all, and they're doing really great in my patio. Hoyas are really easy, so if you're looking for a nice drama-free plant, I highly suggest the Hoya, and they're just stunning. Whether it's with or without the blooms, I love it. By the way, I'm still waiting for a bloom. None of my Hoyas has ever given me a bloom, but who knows, maybe they will in the upcoming year. So that was fairly easy.
Very.
And we'll see where this ends up. Obviously, I would love to have them all on my wire hanging system, but I want to say my hanging system is maxed out because my planters are really heavy, especially if they're in a ceramic planter. So I don't want to put too much stress on my DIY hanging system. And speaking of which, I will go ahead and do a separate tour of just the plants hanging on that section of my patio. What do you think about this Hoya, Grandma, and that little splash variegation on it?
Cute. Very nice.
Here is the finished look. I absolutely love that, Grandma. What do you think?
Pretty.
I love the trills. So this cost me around $18 plus tax, so maybe right under $20 for the $25 challenge. I love this Hoya, and this was from Arizona. Okay, so here is the next one. So this is another Arizona baby, and I definitely want to see what it looks like under there. I think it looks really cute clumped up together. For now, you want to leave it? We'll leave it. Yep, so you can fill the planter a little bit on the bottom. So I'm using just an ice cream planter that I have so many. I bought them out at the 99-cent store. This will go on my shelf with all of my sansevierias. I have a bunch of them and they're super cute. But this is my smallest one, and I wish I had more popcorn planters, Grandma.
Yeah.
Because they look super cute in the popcorn planters. And because the soil is wet from the rain, we are definitely not going to be doing any watering. For all of the plants we talked about so far, definitely keep the soil dry and then water. Once it's dried out, then give it a nice water. But definitely have the soil dry out first before you go ahead and water. So my grandma is just getting it nice and compact in there, topping it off with soil. And what do you think, Grandma? Do you think that pairs well?
Yeah.
Or do you think we should switch it out later if we get a different planter?
Yeah, should, because I'm quite sure you can make 3 babies.
Okay.
3 plants out of it.
So we'll go ahead and wipe up the planter at the end of the video, but it's in an ice cream planter, and this is the top point of view. And these grow so good. Sansevierias give so many babies. As you can see, there's multiple babies clustered in here. For now, I'm gonna leave it like this, and then we'll wipe up the planter at the end of the video. But I think so far so good. It'll stay like this, and when it gets a little bit bigger, it'll come out of this, and we'll probably put it maybe in another big white planter if one comes up in my collection, or in a terracotta planter. So the next one I want to talk about are these guys here. So this is a Peperomia Hope, and I talked about it on my Christmas plant haul. And then I have just my thrifted sugar cup that I got from Arizona, and I drilled a hole in it, so my grandma's gonna put them together. I loved it so much that I wanted 2 of them just so that I could get a fuller plant. This was on my wish list for about 2 years now. The Peperomia Hope, where I'm from, Southern California, you never see the Peperomia Hope. So when I seen this in West Hollywood, I just had to scoop it up, and I don't even see it in Las Vegas either, and Arizona. So my grandma is just grouping them together, and then you can kind of style it which way you want it, maybe spewed out on both ends, Grandma. What do you think?
I had to put this here, so it doesn't droop down like that.
Okay, what do you think of it together?
Cute. Very, very nice.
I know. I absolutely love it. At the end of the video, we'll go ahead and clean up all of the planters, but everything is soaking wet from the rain. But how do you guys like this? I think it's styled so cute. I think that paired really well. Anytime there's a planter that has the cobalt blue and white, I love to pair it with a solid green plant, just so that it's like aesthetically pleasing to my eye. I just love it that way. So I think this worked well. And Grandma, the way how you actually styled both of them together in this little cup, I think works out great. So hope you guys feel inspired. My grandma and I are constantly thrifting for different planters, and if you guys watch my drilling video, you can put a hole in anything and turn it into a planter. So that's really, really cute, and I love the eclectic vibe of my planters. One of the babies that I got from the Pasadena nursery that Julie and I went to, this is Julie's favorite nursery. As you can see, there's top dressing on it, which I never get when I do plant shopping. So my grandma is just gonna spill it into a planter, and hopefully, grandma, we can save it. So go ahead and spill the top dressing. I don't know how much top dressing they put, but we'll try to save it, and then if we can reuse it for this plant, then we will. I think that's good for that. And then we're gonna just put it in my thrifted planter that we got in Arizona. So quickly, I don't know if you want to use the top dressing, grandma. It's up to you. What do you think?
Yeah.
So my grandma's gonna top it off with soil.
Cute.
I love the pairing of that. That is so, so cute. I can't wait to send Julie a picture of that, or when she comes to my place, I can show her what I ended up putting the plant in that we got together. And then we're just gonna reuse the dressing. So this is the final look. What do you guys think? I think that paired well, grandma. I think that looks absolutely beautiful. So this is what it looks like. I'll give you guys a little 360 spin here. I think that's perfect. I love that a lot. And it almost matches the design too on the planter. Love that. Here's the next baby that we're gonna plant up in today's video, and another Arizona baby. So this is a peperomia, and this is a happy bean. And I have a blue and white, cobalt blue and white planter that I've had for a couple of years now. I got it thrifted in the Bay Area, and we're gonna put it in here. So you can just kind of cupcake it, grandma, because it is leggy and very fragile. So you definitely don't want to pull on the plant, because the beans will fall off. Perfect. Do you want me to hold it up while you fill? Or you got it? Isn't that cute, grandma? So this was also part of the $25 challenge in Arizona. My grandma was there, and she had helped me out. And it was so funny because I was so stressed out because I was going to be over $25. So the Royal Hawaiian Purple and this Happy Bean was $25 plus tax. So I love this peperomia a lot. I love all peperomias. We'll definitely do a peperomia collection after the end of the year tour, which by the way will be in a 4-part series. So stay tuned for that. My grandma and I will be prepping my space for that. So everybody can be highlighted because they're all so, so cute. What do you think about this, grandma? Isn't it adorable?
Yeah, perfect match.
Aww, how cute is that? Grandma's doing an excellent job planting up the babies. Maybe you want to stand it up a little bit taller here, grandma? Any cobalt blue and white planter I come across, I will definitely pick it up. This was thrifted from an animal thrift shop in the Bay Area when I was living there, and I probably scored it for maybe $2 or something like that. It was very inexpensive. Alright guys, so here is the finished product. What do you think? I think this paired so well together. So this is a thrifted planter from the Bay Area, and then the peperomia Happy Bean from my $25 challenge in Arizona. And also, by the way, shout out to my nail guy James. He switched it up for a holiday theme. This is my award-winning Sansevieria copper tone. You've seen it on my Christmas haul. And I did sell a rooted cutting to one of my subscribers. I have another one here that I separated. As you can see, there is lots of roots here. Another way to propagate with the Sansevieria is doing it this way, where you're separating it at the root ball. So my grandma is going to see what's going on with the mother plant, if we can get any more. Otherwise, I do want to keep it nice and big and full. So I'm going to lift up the plant, grandma, and you can go ahead and look at the root ball and see if there's anything that could separate easily. I have this in a white planter that I've had for a while, and it's just been sitting in my potting bench. So my grandma's just exposing the root ball because if I feel like I can get another small baby out of it, like this one right here would be a good one, but I'm not sure. I don't know. Or maybe this one right here. Ooh, Grandma, we'll do this one. I'm gonna do this guy right here. If you look up close, there is a little baby right here, and we're gonna go ahead and get to the bottom of it, and this will be the one baby that I'll take away from this mother plant. Everything else will stay, Grandma.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and expose this right here, and we need to get to the bottom of it, so try to expose it a little bit more. So when it comes to sansevieras, you can just easily go to the root ball and separate it just like this, and there you go, you have a whole new baby. So this is going to be the only one that I'm going to probably sell off from this plant. As far as for this guy here, I'm just going to put it back, Grandma, in here, and if I feel like I want to sell this off, I can always go ahead and do so, but let's go ahead and put it in here for now, and then this guy will go in a whole separate planter, which can actually go in a nursery planter when we're done with this one. So we'll see. This guy came apart when I took the plant out of the planter. Also, you see right here, there's another one just like this in the front of it, but I do want to keep that together with the mother plant because I love it nice and full. But if I feel like I wanted to go ahead and sell off a part of it again, I can get that one. But this one would be, if anything, my next one I would sell after the one we just took apart. And then you can stick this like this, Grandma. Perfect. Now the fun part begins, Grandma. You're gonna have to now backfill. How is it to be back on the channel getting your hands dirty?
For you, yeah. I'll get it dirty for you.
I know everybody who watches our videos have been waiting for your return.
Yeah.
And by the way, Grandpa is going home to Hawaii for what, maybe 2 months, 3 months?
Yeah. After
we come back from Egypt, so I'm definitely taking advantage of having my grandma here on my channel. While she's here, we can go ahead and do some awesome planting videos. And we will probably do a lot of come with me's between now and Egypt. So stay tuned for that. So my grandma's just backfilling, and with the sansevieria, you just gotta be very careful because of all of the nooks in the plant. The soil can get right in it. So we're just gonna cover the roots. And my grandma and I will definitely be doing a handful of come with me's in the next month while we're going back and forth between here and Las Vegas. I'll take her out to a few in California while she's here. I think that'll be fun to take my grandma and Abby along on plant adventures for the channel. So now, I think that looks good, Grandma. Maybe one more here. Love this sansevieria a lot. Perfect. So I'll get this. Little teamwork gets the job done. So thank you, Grandma, for being in today's video. She's rocking the original apron and I'm wearing my new one. So yeah, I think it looks better full with the two pieces in the front and then this part on the long tall side. Also, if I really wanted to get 3 babies, I could easily just have this tall piece by itself and the two in the front. But I think it looks good just like that. Again, if I want to sell off this piece, I can go ahead and do so, but for now I think it looks great filled. So wow, it's heavy. Here is the finished look. It is so tall and big, but I think it looks great. It's in a white planter, and I'll give you guys a nice spin so you can see what the back looks like. So now that we have the one propagated baby that we separated, we're gonna go ahead and put it just in a nursery planter. We went through that soil really quickly, and again, everything is nice and dirty and wet from the rain. But we We got our handy dandy aprons. We're doing just fine. So this potting tree, if you guys are interested, I have the affiliated link in my description box. Go ahead and check it out. I do this particular setup that you see for my channel, but I do have a potting bench. If I wasn't filming for my channel, I definitely just pot up right there. But for the channel, we'll do it here in this particular point of view. Perfect. So this won't get watered. The soil is wet and it'll just live in my greenhouse until it gets a new home. Again, if you guys are ever interested in any of my plants that you see on my channel and you live in the United States, reach out to me on a direct message on Instagram, Planting with Jewelyn. You never know. I'm always willing to sell off babies, and I love being able to share with you guys. I know it's definitely hard to find rare plants, especially like this guy. This is like the perfect starter baby right here. Look at that. It's rooted. There's multiple things happening in this plant, so this is perfect for someone's collection who loves Sansevieria. Time is ticking. As you can see, it's getting dark. So this is the mini aeoniums that Julie and I found in her garden center in Los Angeles. We're splitting this, so we're gonna go ahead and take this out of the nursery planter. I have just 2 nursery planters here that are smaller. Who knows, maybe I can put mine in here for now till I figure out a planter for it in the future, and then we'll give the other half to Julie. So I'm gonna hold this down, Grandma, maybe perhaps, or you wanna squeeze it? I don't know, I think it can come right out, but you have to be very careful with this guy because he's miniature and he's very fragile. And this particular planter, I am not worried about it. Like, we can go ahead and cut it. I wouldn't care. Do you want to cut it? Or it could maybe come out just like this, but I'm just afraid because he's fragile, he might just break apart.
No.
Do you want to cut the planter?
Yeah.
Okay, it just has the pruning scissors and we're just cutting down this nursery planter. This is a very cheap nursery planter, so I can go ahead and toss it. And with this particular succulent, it is so delicate. I definitely don't want to ruin whatever condition it's in. So this is another way to get your plant out of a nursery planter, is cutting it down on the sides and then pulling it out. Especially like if you have a string of pearls, string of bananas, where it's really fragile, and if you go ahead and try to touch them from the top, they'll fall apart. This is the perfect way to take the plant out and plant it up. We're gonna have to definitely kind of do it like that. So Julie and I are splitting this. Okay. Do you want to put some soil in here? So much soil, huh? I think that's good. I'll give that to her if I see her today. Maybe this guy? These are so fragile. So there's apparently little pieces like this where it kind of fell off the mother plant here and then it grew roots laying down this way, if you can see. So it definitely wasn't one big plant. It was like multiple and very fragile. So this will go to Julie's house. So that was fairly easy. So if you ever go plant shopping with your friends or family or whoever you're with that likes plants as well, you can always go ahead and do this. Or even if you're plant shopping for a gift and want the same plant, you can go ahead and separate it, and then you can take some for you and then gift or sell the other half, which I always like to do. So now the rest will be for me. Because I'm not quite sure what kind of planter I want to put this in, and I don't know what I have, I'm just gonna go ahead and just put it back in a nursery planter. In the next planting with Jewelyn, hopefully I'll have something for this guy. If anything, I can always put him in a terracotta, but he's definitely in multiple pieces. Here's another one, Grandma, look at this. Very fragile. So this particular aeonium, because it's so small and fragile, I think once you put it in the planter, you do not want to touch it because it is very fragile. Very dainty type plant. But that was definitely a nice split. Perfect. Yay! For another upcoming planting with Jewelyn. I can see it in a terracotta or a blue and white planter, so we'll see. But for now, I just wanted to separate it for this video. We are working on the cactus pieces now, the euphorbias from my Christmas plant haul. So I have the pseudo cactus zigzag euphorbia. I just propagated one of the cuttings here. So it came from this section of the mother plant right here. And we're gonna go ahead and let this callus over, and then we'll stick this into soil. I'll go ahead and sell this one off. So if you guys are ever interested in any of my plant babies in my collection, definitely reach out to me. This one will go up for sale. I actually love this one here because look at the variegation of this. So pretty. Actually, one of my subscribers already have a baby from this one, so that's really cool. So now there is a certain way to work with these prickly babies. I'll set the cutting on the side. That'll just stay there until it calluses over. There's a dirty sheet that we've had in the patio that was covering my cushions, but it got ruined from the rain, so we're just gonna use that. We definitely want to go ahead and double it up. You can use a towel, but since we're gonna trash this one after the video, we're using this one. So the technique my grandma is using is getting the soil nice and loose so that the plant will come out nice and easy when we go ahead and wrap it, so that we won't ruin the cactus baby in transition. So now that the soil is nice and loose, my grandma can easily either two options: scoop it from the bottom.
That way, because there's a baby here.
Oh, ooh, okay, there's a baby, guys. Okay, so there's two options. You could actually use the thong method if you wanted and get it from the bottom, but with this particular baby with multiple legs, we definitely want to be careful. So we're gonna use the towel or sheet method, and we're going to get it from the bottom and then lift it up. So we want to be very careful without ruining any of the babies. The root is nice and deep in there. It's, grandma, the root is stuck in here. You can't, it is nice and like, no, it's deep down there.
The bucket.
Whoa! Oh
pull the dirt now. Pull that dirt.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my god.
Now where's that white thing?
Okay. What white thing?
Graver.
Oh my god, you guys, we made a mess, but we're trying to not have any of the babies fall apart here. Okay, let's get rid of this sheet. All right, now that the drama's over, it exploded all over our aprons. So my grandma has it in the position that she wants, and she's just gonna fill in. Do you want me to hold it while you do it, grandma? Or it's better if you hold it and do it yourself? As you can see,
Cannot make slow.
This particular one, you gotta be fast when it comes to transplanting because it's so fragile. This is where you have to plant with your plant buddy here. And obviously this planter is a little bit big, but this euphorbia will not go anywhere else. This is its home for life. So I definitely wanted a planter that I was going to be happy with no matter how big it gets. So this is just a white planter that I had in my potting bench.
Because I don't want to get poked. Okay, it stands.
Grandma's planting technique. Oh my god, that cracked me up. There is a little baby down there. Wow, grandma, that was so stressful. Look at your apron. Good job, grandma. She was throwing that soil like there was no tomorrow. So I'm gonna bring it here so you can see what it looks like in this planter. It's going to stay in this one for life. So that's why I chose a bigger planter, and this is what I have currently in my collection. So I definitely wanted to get it planted up. And if you look here on the bottom, you can see a little baby. So now we're gonna work on our biggest baby. We have the big AMAC euphorbia here, and my grandma's just loosening up the soil. Transplant this baby without getting hurt and without damaging this beauty. I have a white planter here that I've had for a while. This is a planter that I've had for maybe a year and a half. This is from Home Goods. I have one more like this in a different size, same pattern. And this as well has been living just on my potting bench waiting for the right fit. We're going to use the towel technique here. As you can see, there's big pricklies on here. We definitely did save this one for last because of the size and the time and patience that you need for this one. So today is the day. And I'm glad that I have my grandma here to help me with this one because you can't do this one alone. So we're using our sheet that we're going to toss. You can use a towel, you can use a sheet, whatever you want. We're tossing these because it got wet from the rain. So we're just doubling it up so we don't get pricked. And we're going to hug it around the bottom of the baby. And then we're going to do a quick transplant into here. Here's a different point of view. Oh, it is stuck in there. So we're just kind of getting the bottom nice and loose. Guys, so we have to change the point of view, and our strategy also changed. What I'm doing, because it's stuck in this planter, I'm trying to expose the root ball to see why it's stuck and it can't get loose. So we're just going around the root ball of the plant and then trying to see if we can get it out after I take some of the soil out, because it doesn't want to come out. It's definitely been in this planter probably its whole entire life. So as you can see there, this is the root ball. I'm trying to expose it, loosen it up.
Let me turn it.
So my grandma's now going to turn the plant. And we're going to do the same thing on all sides. And then hopefully this will help the plant to come out. What's going on under here? Okay. Try now, Grandma. Try now. See if that'll work. This thing is definitely stuck in here. It doesn't want to come out. So as you can see, we took half of the soil out and loosened it up. So let's see if it'll come out. There it is! Yay! Let's go ahead and loosen it up real quick. This is why you need 2 people. So I'm just getting the root ball nice and loose here. Okay. And now that this is all exposed, I definitely want to go ahead and put some soil on the bottom.
I have it.
Okay, so it's good to go. Ta-da! There it is! And then we're just going to use...
Where's that white spoon?
Here you go. My prized baby. The grand finale. Good job, Grandma. And now, because this is its permanent home, we have to get it nice and centered. And then we're going to backfill. So maybe bring it a little bit more this way, Grandma. More towards you. There. That's perfect. Now we fill. Quick transplant. With these prickly babies, you definitely have to be very quick. 1, you'll hurt yourself. 2, you'll ruin the plant. So that took us a while, but we did it. Very good. I can also do this, Grandma, if you want.
Yeah.
How's that? Good enough?
No.
We're just reusing the soil. Yay! Here is the baby. Love it. So now Grandma's just getting it positioned. I think it's perfect, Grandma. That was the perfect planter for this baby. Alright guys, that is going to wrap up today's video. Here's Abby. She's been hanging out inside of the house. So we got everything planted up today from Arizona, from our $25 challenge haul, our grocery store plant haul, as well as a bunch of my Christmas babies and the Arizona $25 challenge haul. So definitely all new babies were planted up today in existing planters that I've just had in my collection. Give this video a big thumbs up if you guys enjoy watching my grandma plant up in today's episode. It was definitely a challenge to plant up the euphorbias, but I'm glad that we got it done in today's video. These euphorbias will stay in here for its entire life, and we are not going to deal with them anymore. They will just stay in this home forever, and this is something that you just want to do definitely for these type of plants. You want to do a one-time planting because it's very difficult to transplant, and also you don't want to hurt yourself or the plant. So I'm glad we did this today. You definitely need 2 people to plant up, so thank you, Grandma, so much for being today's main planter. Gardener. If you guys are interested in any of my fall or winter 2018 planting with Jewelyn merchandise that my grandma hand sewed, including these beautiful aprons, go ahead and reach out to me on Instagram at Planting with Jewelyn in a direct message, and I'll go ahead and place your order between now and January 7th. And we'll be taking a break, going to Egypt for a couple of weeks, and then resuming back to selling more merchandise and filming for you guys. You can find more on my blog at ilovejewelyn.blogspot.com. Until next time, aloha from Santa Monica, California. Bye!